We had a conference here last year. We were told the biggest killer of men in their 80s is suicide. Since the start of the men's sheds back in 1993, the suicide rate of that age group has dropped right down. Men's sheds has saved a lot of people. My name's Dave Clark. I'm chairman of Willow Mens Shed, and we're right in the recreational area of Willow Mens Shed right now, where the guys sit, relax and just talk to each other. This place gets worn out a lot because we do a lot of chin wagging around here as well. Willow Mens Shed is part of a big organisation that's Australia-wide. There's 1,400 men's sheds in Australia right now. Most sheds will offer different activities, but in this one we do woodworking, we do metalworking, gardening, and in this particular area, recreation. So it'll be 8-ball, darts, and just watching the big TV. And lots of jokes and lots of laughing going on. We've got a music group as well. So this is where they practice, and it's the home of the Shed Shakers. Our membership number is 115, but we don't get 115 on any one day. The most we would probably get is probably about 40 to 45, right? But that varies from day to day. So you might not get the same 45 the next day, and the same 45 the third day. So all up over the period of a week, you might get about 80 members coming along. Some come once a month just to keep in check, and we have some only come once a year. Well, when it first started, it was designed for retired people, but the remit of men's sheds has changed a lot since then, and the age has come down. I would say most sheds around Australia now do have what they call a social inclusion program, and that has people coming in with carers. So a lot of people, once they're retired, don't have a purpose in life. So coming to the shed now gives them a purpose in life. We do have a program that's part of the social inclusion program, and that's a neurodiverse program, and we actually look after the lads that come into that program. We do a one-on-one training with them. The very first lad that came along, Jackson, it was in 2019. His mum saw us in 2018 at our very last market for the year, and she asked us, do we have a program for neurodiverse people? And it was 3 weeks later when we phoned up Jackson's mum and said, yes, he can come to the shed. When will he be coming? And she said, tomorrow. He had a huge smile on his face, and his mum told us that he went to bed with a smile on his face when he knew he was coming here, slept with a smile on his face, and woke up with a smile on his face. And we found it very hard to have him here where he didn't have a smile on his face. Who now, I'm happy to say, coming up to 21, and he's working on an apprenticeship as a cabinet maker. So without the training he had here, I think he would have been struggling to get himself a job like that. It's been really good for this shed, because it's made a lot of the guys from grumpy old men into mellow old men, because they've seen how the lads were working and they love getting involved with them. And he has been a blessing to this shed. In particular, one of our members came up about a month later and said thank you to both of us. And we both looked at each other and said, why? He said, well, I've got a grandson who's autistic. And he said, I've seen how you two work together. He said, I've been doing that with my grandson, and he's now talking to me.